Good morning and welcome. Happy Friday to you guys. Happy weekend in advance. Let me put it that way. Welcome to another electrifying Friday edition of Wake Up Nigeria. We're thrilled to kickstart your day, your weekend actually, for a Friday fever.
So we've been waiting all week for this moment. We've been gearing up to this point right here with all the energy we can muster just to make sure that we start your weekend with some joy, with some laughter and some positivity.
Well, you guys missed the behind the scenes actually. It was pretty much fun. You should have seen me doing the pirouettes and the singing and the
You used to do ballet as a
dancing
child,
ballet.
yes.
I'm not going to do it again, guys. I hear you guys want to. I know you enjoyed it,
Has
but
some
I can't.
moves.
No, that's we're going to have texts wondering about my preferences. In any case, you guys are welcome. It's the end of the work week, but it's just the beginning of another amazing weekend for everybody here.
Yep.
So the mix, well, it's in the grind, and we're going to make sure that it's a perfectly put together meal.
So we have a target, we have a mission today. It's crystal clear. We want to elevate your morning. We want to set the tone for an incredible Friday ahead, and the fun starts now.
You bet. So hold on to your seats, please. Get lined up for 1 hour, 2 hours of fun-filled engagements, discussions, soul-stirring musical performance, and even if I say so myself, the best show for the weekday.
The hashtag is Wake Up Nigeria on TVC for social media. You need that. The app is TVC on iOS. That's TVC Entertainment on iOS and Android. And of course, the website is tvcentertainment.tv. Those are the three things you need if you need to move around and you want to carry us with you.
There you have it, all you need to know. So let's kickstart the Friday edition by letting you guys know what's coming up inside the show. We start off it's a packed show
love
today.
It is.
Welcome, guys. Welcome,
Friday.
Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
When was the last time you did anything absolutely thrilling, unbelievable? Something people said, did you just do that?
No, the only thing I'm thinking about is Nigeria's loss. Not a loss.
Nigeria's what?
The football.
Yeah, it was like a loss. That's just so.
You always asking when you did something.
When I did something that
thrilling, apart from surviving Nigeria.
That's been a while, though.
Has.
Like just
I
something.
can't remember anything.
I was referring to actually
There's
the
nothing-
guy on the tightrope yesterday.
Yeah,
Did you guys see
tightrope.
that guy?
There was a guy on a tightrope.
Over the
Yes.
marina.
You did show me that.
I
Yeah.
saw you here while we were on the show.
Yes, I went to look at it.
I thought it was
Nigerian.
It's not Nigerian.
Estonian,
Initially, I thought it was just the guy who had a death wish because I didn't see
But he's
the
a professional
you know.
tightrope walker.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
he's an Estonian, he's a world record holder. And I was thrilled. You know, it was a good thing to see, but I hope. So in some other countries, so people call them death seekers. People call them
Death-defying stuntmen.
death seekers.
I call it what it is.
God seeking for them. You will need permission to do some of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
Even there, they still break it out. There's somebody who has, only one person has officially climbed the Empire State Building also.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who have done it and it's not official, like the authorities didn't know you do it. And so I don't know if this was official.
I think it was a stunt actually.
Yeah, it was a stunt.
It was a stunt. It was sponsored. It was, you know.
If he got permission, because to do these things, I mean, if something happens to him, who's liable?
Well, with the brand that he did it for, they definitely
Yeah,
got permission.
yeah,
'cause you
they
can't
got
do-
permission.
I mean, they do this.
They did.
That brand does this all over the world,
Yeah.
especially in Dubai.
Yeah.
The rest of the permission for this like that in places like that.
So you're
though.
talking about the energy drink brand that's known
yeah,
So the
for.
thing is that in places like that, so they can do it in a controlled environment. But in
Always the
that sort of
thrill
place-
when you do it in a
That
controlled
was a
environment.
controlled
They were looking for
environment.
eyeballs.
No, it wasn't. That rope, what was he carrying?
It
Was
was-
it our line?
No, he set that
It was
rope up.
intentionally set up.
They set
It
that
was
rope
set-
it was
up.
intentionally
Yes.
set up, yeah.
It came up from a bank building,
All
from
the
a
way
particular
till
bank
the,
building, all the way to a
structure.
rig. Yeah, it was
exactly.
like to a rig.
It was very thrilling to see.
It
But
is.
my concern is this. You
What?
know Nigerians now. You know when we started cooking? Everybody started cooking.
No, Nigerians won't do this one.
No, you
Nigerians
heard
don't-
you.
Let me try that one.
Now,
won't do this
this
one.
is the thing. We are looking for the next big thing to put us out there, especially when it comes to social media. When people see things like, they're like, so we can actually defy death and be popular. Then they now start tightroping
they're not
across.
gonna try
Well,
across
for
the-
those who are worried, he did
not
have
gonna try 'em.
he did have a harness
Yes, he did.
holding him to the rope itself. And obviously there were people around watching. Please don't try that at home.
Go and try it.
Please don't try to. But there was a beautiful shot of the
try
blue
it.
train going past in one of the pictures. It was just
I think
so
it was a
nice.
very good way
It
to
was
highlight
cool.
When I tell
Lagos
people
and
to
its
try
magnificence.
something, that's where
great.
they want to go and do it. You know, if they tell your kids, don't touch that thing, that's when they want to touch it.
See what I said?
Don't try
Go
that.
and try it.
Tell you what we're going to do right now. Let's prepare you for the thrills that's going to happen inside of Wake Up Nigeria. I have no anecdotes for the weather. Let's just do the weather. And you're welcome. Start of a Monday. My name is Mazino Appeal. Let's do the news now, shall we? Now, civil servants are now back to work after the Joint National Executive Council of Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress on Wednesday suspended the nationwide strike, which lasted for just 2 days. The decision was reached at a meeting which deliberated on the outcome of an earlier interface with the federal government led by the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu and Minister of Labour and Employment Simon Lalong. Organized Labour said it got a commitment from the Nuhu Ribadu-led meeting that those arrested for the physical assault of the NLC President Joe Ajero will be prosecuted as part of the take-home from the FG meeting. The National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu also promised to bring both parties back to the table to iron out all issues in dispute. More significant for the Labour movement was the unreserved apology tendered by the NSA on behalf of the federal government for the brutalization of NLC President and other members of the Congress. Now, Nigeria's Finance Minister Wale Edun says Nigeria cannot continue to rely on borrowing to finance its budget as the borrowing culture is no longer sustainable. The minister disclosed this when he appeared before the Senate Committee on Finance led by the chairman, Senator Sani Musa, to defend details of the medium-term expenditure framework and the fiscal strategy paper. Mr. Edun admitted that Nigeria's debt servicing has reached an all-time high of 98%, which has eaten deep into the country's revenue. He says Nigeria still has a subsisting borrowing plan from 2022 to 2026, which has not been exhausted, and seeking more foreign loans may be detrimental to the country's economy. He also disclosed that Nigeria's government spending to GDP ratio is one of the lowest in Africa, which requires improvement.
We are in no position to rely on borrowing. We have an existing borrowing program, and as distinguished Senator Abiru has said, our attempt and our direction of travel is to reduce reliance on borrowing, reduce the quantum and the percentage of deficit financing in the 2024 budget.
In my own opinion, for misappropriation or for mismanagement of funds. Because if I'm a head of an agency and I can collect huge amount of money and keep and not remit, then something is wrong somewhere. Is it from our laws or the financial regulations? And I feel this is a very good opportunity to ask Honorable Minister.
Outside Nigeria, now a witness tells reporters the soldiers are everywhere shooting in all directions at the Al-Sharif hospital in Gaza City. Israel says special forces are carrying out precise and targeted operational activities within the complex. Soldiers are searching each floor, all while hundreds of patients and medical staff remain in the complex. The IDF adds Israel entered the hospital on Wednesday morning. It says Hamas has a major base in and underneath the hospital. Earlier, the IDF said it attacked the Gaza house of Ismail Haniyeh, widely considered as the overall Hamas leader who lives in Qatar. Elsewhere, Palestinian media says around 50 people were killed by an airstrike in the central Gaza Strip, and Israel has dropped leaflets in the south of Gaza, warning people in 4 towns to find safety. And that's all we can take for news for start of a Friday. Welcome once again. It's Wake Up Nigeria. We've got more.
All right, then. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria. The Wake Up Nigeria kitchen is alive this Friday, and we have the beautiful Chef Jumi. How you doing, Chef Jumoke?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You have a huge smile on your face right now, and by God's grace, it will still be there by the end of the show.
Amen.
Because what we're making is going to be extra special. All right, so you've named it a plantain sub.
Yes, I am.
Sub as in submarine?
Just sub.
Sub, you sure? Can it float on water?
No, it can't float. It floats in your belly.
In your belly? Okay. All right, but me, I want it to settle in my belly, not float. I don't want to come back up.
It's going to dance.
It's going to dance. All right, then. Let's talk ingredients. Some really interesting choices here. Let's start from this side right here. Obviously, we have the plantain, but I wasn't expecting to see cucumber. All right, talk to us about the ingredients.
Yeah, we have a plantain, the cucumber. The plantain is going to be like the base and the top.
Okay.
It's going to be like a burger.
Oh,
So it's then the cucumber is going to be in the middle. You know, when you want to eat a burger, you're definitely going to see a cucumber in the middle, then with tomatoes in it and some onions.
Okay, fantastic.
Then we have the oil to do the frying.
Okay. So the plantain is going to be fried?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Great. Now we have egg here as well. What's happening to these eggs today?
I'm going to use the eggs to actually hold the minced meat together.
Oh, okay.
To be firm.
So this is an actual burger. This is meat for the patty of the burger.
Yes.
Interesting. All right, fantastic. So we have the beef, we have egg to, you know, act as a binding agent.
Yes.
Now there's the onion, some really nice firm tomatoes there. It's not the squishy kind.
No, it's not.
All right. Now let's talk about these guys here. What's going on with all these flavors here?
This is the carrots, which you actually slice. It's going to stay in the middle of the minced meat, the patty.
Oh, okay.
Cucumber.
Okay.
Adding extra burst of flavors to it.
Okay.
While the ginger and the garlic is going to be mixed with the dressing.
Okay, so ginger and garlic is going to go into the dressing, and then that's where this comes in.
Yeah, the mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. I think you're adding something else to that as well?
Yes.
What?
I'm going to make a Thousand Highland dressing.
Thousand Island dressing. So that is mayonnaise and ketchup and some other spices.
Yes, exactly.
In there, some secret spices. Now there are two ingredients I didn't expect to see here, and there's first of all this one, honey. What are we using honey for?
The honey is going into the Thousand Highland dressing. So it's a dressing with lots of burst of flavors and all
honey. This is some really nice looking, very clear but pure honey there. And what's this?
This is cornmeal.
Cornmeal.
It's going to act as the binding agent with the eggs for the minced meat.
Okay, another binding agent.
Yeah.
So if I didn't want to use cornmeal, what else could I use?
You can actually get golden mud and blend it.
Oh, okay, like that
Very
cereal.
fine. Yes.
Oh,
Or you
okay.
can make use of flour or breadcrumbs.
Flour or breadcrumbs. So this is an alternative to breadcrumbs
Yes.
or flour. Fabulous. So you need to let us know what we're doing now, because you've done a lot of prep. You've already sliced the carrots, peeled the ginger, but what is the first thing we need to do now?
We're actually going to start with the plantain.
Okay, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
All right.
Please start. Because I want to see how you're going to manage this plantain. You're making a plantain sub, and you say the plantain itself is going to be the up and the down.
Yes.
Abby?
Exactly.
That's what you said, the up and down.
Exactly.
So it's replacing the bread, essentially.
Exactly.
Go
You
ahead.
get it.
Go ahead, go ahead.
First, peel this.
Okay. So everyone that understands how dear plantain is in the market will know why I'm looking at this plantain like this. I can probably slice this plantain into like maybe 30 pieces.
Exactly. Or into cubes.
30 patty plantain pieces.
We're going to cut it into half.
Okay, slice it down the middle. Okay.
So here's what we have.
Okay, so that's the plantain.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so what happens next?
I'm going to fry it.
All right, please go ahead. Now we have about 1.5 cups of vegetable oil here, and that's going into a pan. It's already quite warm in there, but do you want the oil to be hot?
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Okay,
so the
so
plantain
some
can
hot oil.
fry well.
So no spices on the plantain?
No.
Nothing like that?
No.
No?
No, at all.
Okay. And while we wait for the oil to warm up, what do we do next?
We're going to mix that with the minced meat.
Okay, so let's
We're
work
going
on
to
the
mix it
minced meat.
together. So let me add more of this.
A little
into
more
here.
oil. Do we need a bowl for the mixing? Do we need a bowl for the mixing?
Yeah, I can still make use of this also.
Okay, all right.
So I'm not using this yet.
Okay,
so
all right.
I'm going to
Go
break.
ahead.
So I'm
Okay,
going
go
to break
ahead.
it into here.
Okay, go ahead.
So just need a little.
Ooh, you don't want to use the whole egg?
Yeah, I don't want to use
Okay.
it. Okay, but let me just use it then.
So 1 egg is enough, or maybe half an egg? Yeah?
Yeah, it depends. So I'm going to use this also, but I'm going to mix the egg first.
The minced meat here, what has happened to it? Is this just beef from the market, or you actually bought minced meat?
And it's actually beef. It's fresh meat that I boiled and blended to form this.
You use like a dry blender or food processor? What do you
A
use?
dry blender.
Dry
actually.
blender.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so this is real minced meat from beef, Nigerian beef.
So before that, let me add to give the egg a little bit of taste.
Pinch of salt going in now. We're not frying the egg, but don't worry.
So you can now pour in.
I can add this? Okay, I've
Yes.
added a little in.
I'll need
Okay.
this.
Oh,
So,
with the cornmeal.
Yes, so as it's going in, so it's going to stick together.
Okay, so cornmeal is gonna bind the meat and the egg together. Should I put some more beef in there?
Let me
Just a little bit more beef in
Yeah,
there.
please.
So I'm gonna be watching what Chef Jumi is up to right now. And Mazino is, really a little jealous that I'm the one in the kitchen today, but it's fine. He's standing by with a guest on the couch.
About Nigerians. I'll tell you about what you just seen. But first, let me tell you who we have here on the couch with us. Well, this is Oluyinka Davids. He's a seasoned Nigerian filmmaker, producer. He's also a cinematographer and editor based in the United States. As a versatile filmmaker with a strong background in major aspects of production, Davids has earned a reputation for his ability to craft powerful and very impactful films that leave a lasting impression on audiences, and especially when it comes to the Nigerian story as an immigrant or crossing over into whatever country it is. You are welcome, Oluyinka. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
First of all, you're a big guy in green. Let me just put that out there.
Okay.
But good to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, I know that you are, if you ask me, I'd say the one thing that comes to mind when I think about your name, Oluyinka, is documentaries. You're a documentarian. You like to tell the Nigerian story. And just before the show, we've been talking so much about that aspect of your endeavors. You're also a filmmaker. You make films. But I'm very, very interested in your documentaries. We've just seen Perceptions, which is a documentary that you put together based on the Nigerian story, the Nigerian perception of how the world views Nigerians and treats Nigerians.
Yes.
Why?
First of all, thank you so much for having me. So this has been a long-lasting issue that I think needed to be addressed. I remember this started, of course, as a conversation between non-Nigerian nationals, just having a normal conversation and say, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you meet a Nigerian?
I think of the Nigerian prince.
I'm telling you.
That's what everybody who's not Nigerian says.
Exactly. So
Nigerian prince
it
story.
started from there, and then one day I'm like, you know what? I wanna go into the street and let me just hear people's random thoughts about us. So I went, out with my camera, of course, as a filmmaker, and I was asking people randomly, excuse me, can I talk to you? Don't worry, this is not for anything. It's just a project research. I just want to ask you, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you meet a Nigerian? Like 75% of the people I spoke with,
Negative.
it was negative. Of course, some people had a great experience. Oh, I love Nigerians, Nigerian movies, Nigerian music. But most of them, first thing is, the first thing that comes to mind is Nigerian prince. Nigerian politics, this, the that, and all that. It was really negative, it was really bad. So I thought to myself, I think it's high time that someone needs to tell our story, So I said to myself, I really want to do this. So I embarked on this documentary project, and then we shot in like 7 cities in the US, talking to reputable people, Nigerians. And to my greatest surprise, I was amazed at what I saw, how amazing Nigerians have been. I'd be like, why is nobody talking about
How well they're doing, what they're achieving.
Exactly.
So
why do you keep putting the hush puppy news in our face every time, and nobody's talking about all these amazing, great things that Nigerians are doing? And I'm like, okay, no problem. Let's do this.
Did you discover why, though? Did you discover why the negative far exceeds the positives that
Yes.
Nigerians do out there?
I
What is
think
it exactly?
one of the biggest reasons why people perceived us like that is the media, mainstream media. So most
Why,
people-
though?
Yeah.
We're not the only African country.
I
We're not the
know.
only African country who have Yahoo boys.
Yeah.
That persists in Ghana as well. When I mean, Africans are out there. Why single out Nigeria? Did you discover exactly why? Is it because we have the biggest population, or the biggest number of spoken languages, or the biggest personalities, perhaps?
Well, I think, of course, Nigeria is the giant of Africa, so if you talk about Africa, definitely have to mention Nigeria. And I think one of the things, because you see, Nigeria is a great country, whether you like it or not. There is nowhere you go, you will find Nigerians.
Very
So
true.
if you go to a place, you don't find Nigerians there, just know that that place is not livable, you know. So we are naturally a people that takes over territory when we get to a place. I can tell you for free that in the United States, there is no sector, no industry where Nigerians are not well represented, and they are doing good in the forefront.
I have a critical question, however.
Okay.
With everything we go through as Nigerians living in Nigeria, we survive it every single day by every single day. Do you think that this also has an impact in the way that we react, especially after we've left Nigeria, the Nigerian shores, into another country? Do we sometimes carry the baggage from here, that do it or die attitude, I must get rich, into other countries, and perhaps that also influences the way people see us? Do you think that we carry a bit of this negative baggage from here and take it there, and that's perhaps what's causing the perception of Nigerians
Well, we can't,
for Nigeria?
yeah, we can't look at it that way, because just like someone said in the documentary, every country has their bad and their good, right? But I think naturally Nigerians are very resilient and passionate about everything we do. So if it is good, we do it well. And if it is bad, trust me, we do it well as well. So it now depends on the individual. So if you carry the understanding that wherever you go, you are representing the people, you are representing...
Taking a look at the Nigerians, we just saw a Nigerian surgeon hard at work. That's part of your documentary. Who was that?
Yes, that was Dr. Oluyinka Olutoye. You know, the pediatric surgeon who operated on the baby still in the womb. Yeah, we spoke with him. Trust me, this documentary is...
Where can we see it? When can we see it?
Okay, so right now we concluded the principal filming, and we are currently in post-production. So, and when we are done, definitely everybody is going to see it.
Well, it sounds like a big documentary, and I'm hoping that it gets to be aired everywhere, no limits. I know that you want to make money out of it, but please make it available to every single person, because the Nigerian narrative needs to change.
Yes.
And that's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else could do it better than you here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And also thank you very much for showing up in green. That shows your patriotism, I must say. And I wanted to ask everybody in here, does this guy have any resemblance to somebody we know, somebody at the top, somebody, if you just give that person a bit more cheek? It doesn't he look like Falari? You look like the boss, actually.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Olinka, good to have you here.
Thank you so
We
much
can't wait
having
for the
me.
documentary. I'm personally interested in it because that's kind of like a theme for me this year. Documentaries about Nigeria and immigration.
Oh, wow.
I'll be looking forward. I'll be hounding you on that one for specific reasons.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
See it, everybody will see it when it's out. So.
Thank you for sticking around. Oh, we've got more. Don't go anywhere. It's still Wake Up Nigeria.
Hello and welcome back, fabulous people.
Why are you shouting at me?
I don't understand. Because I bring the energy.
I guess.
I bring the life
Take
into
it
your
easy.
homes.
Slow down now.
Every morning
Don't overdo it.
on Wake Up Nigeria. Well, okay.
Hey, it's okay to be excited on a Friday, especially if you're tuned in to Wake Up Nigeria. What can we say? We bring in the fire.
Yes, sir.
Sensational. Ah, there's that track
You see
again. I know, right?
What?
Welcome to the second hour, guys.
Now, it's about creating memories, it's about laughter, celebrating the week's accomplishments, not the faux pas, as if faux pas. Well, how did they say
Faux
that?
pas, you got it.
Faux pas, I
Keep
got
going,
it.
keep going.
And, of course, ensure that your week ends on a high note.
Absolutely. Or your party starters, the partners for excitement, your source of entertainment, and your reason to smile the entire weekend beckons.
All the anecdotes you can find in the dictionary, we've got them for you,
Absolutely.
especially on Friday. And Fridays are always really, really high in the studio.
Yes, indeed.
Just in case you want to be part of this, use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC on social media. We can't wait to see your comments, contributions, all that stuff.
Yes,
You know,
indeed.
talk about his shirt.
We are Channel 16 on GOTV. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's 1-to-1 on StarTimes. And for UHF, of course, 49, if that is your option. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson.
Okay.
And as we've introduced ourselves this hour, we're going to be introducing quite a bit of other things we're going to be doing later on.
Yes. Now, coming up, Charles Wagwe is going to be joining us. A very interesting conversation awaits as he joins us. He is an award-winning, passionate, and also creative film director himself, based in Ontario, Canada, with a very strong focus on the world of cinema. He's got over a decade of experience. He's also dedicated his career to producing and also directing captivating film projects across the world. So hey, you can find him on Netflix and also Amazon. He's done so many works. If you remember that one, well, I'll tell you about a couple of them when he gets here on the couch.
The classics you have to just bop to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
Oh, well, yeah, I got one for you. If you're going to do the weather, make use of his blue hair. Go.
Blue hair? Well, hey, just after he visits the salon, he always has to have an umbrella with him, no matter what the weather is. We have the weather up next.
Okay. But apart from having some faces there that you might want to watch in a movie, the scenes, so I would say the trailer was well cut. When I do get to see the movie, then we can talk about the movie. But the trailer was well cut. Like the trailer makes you want to go and look, or want to go check out for the movie, and that is when you know a trailer was well done. Charles Owagba is here. He is the producer and, of course, director of that particular movie, an award-winning, passionate and creative film director based in Canada with a strong focus on the world of cinema with over a decade of experience. It's great to have you. You are welcome.
Thank you
That's
so
your
much.
latest project, Osatu.
Osatu, yeah.
Okay, if we look at the chronology, where does that come in? When did you start? What project is this in your chronology of projects?
The past 2 years have been quite busy for me.
For you, okay.
Yeah, and I did Osatu earlier this year. I think somewhere around March this year. And so it's one of the series in the past few years that I've done.
Okay, this is a series.
So like when I say series, like one of the movies I've done in the past.
You've done in the past. But okay, but if what number is this in the movies that you've done? What number? Where does it fall?
Okay, this will be my third film in 3
Third feature,
yeah, in 2 years.
Feature-length film and all of that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this. I like what I see. Where was this show? And it has the drama involved. I feel like it has some action in there.
Yeah.
And that's one genre that we don't do. I feel like there's a lot we have to improve.
Yeah.
For drama, I think that's where our forte is. But action. What do you think could be holding Nollywood back when it comes to putting together action movies or action sequences that are quite believable?
For action, you really need to have the budget, you need to have the expertise, you need to have the right team, to do an action movie. And I don't really know if we have all of those, the budget, to blow up cities and to...
Okay, I get where you're coming from. When you want to do the big budget, but you see, I feel like whatever one wants to do, right? You can scale down on whatever you want to do in a big way can scale down in such a way that sequences, maybe choreography sequences, fight sequences,
the little ones,
and all of that. How are we're not doing those ones so well because that is the bread, that is the basis of action. Yes, we love the big budget, but at the end it's down
those little things.
It's down to the little things and all that. And
I also feel like a lot of people are not daring enough, in trying to do those kind of things because if you look at the kind of movies that Nollywood likes, and they like drama, we're people of drama. If you look at the way we even interact and the way we talk,
true.
We like drama, we like good stories, we like stories that we can relate with. And action is not something that, your mother will sit at home and watch, so we can put a little bit of it here and there, but we don't want to just do a total action film that will be restricted to a certain kind of audience, especially when you don't get it right.
Okay, but we're streaming now. This is available for streaming. We are now looking at a global audience. So, we have, I'm thinking of an artist like Asha, who basically for a very long time, her audience was even more foreign than local. And then it was, in fact, maybe it was the acceptance that she was given there, and then we started accepting her. So I'm thinking for a daring director or anybody or a producer, considering that now the world is global, we now have streaming platforms that take us and immediately release a movie. That same day, you can get to somebody in Venezuela, someone in Australia and everywhere. So it's not just for a Nigerian audience. Although I know that even foreigners consume more of our local drama content and all of that. Can you talk about how, so you're based in Canada. How is the consumption of local content coming in from Nigeria? How is it there?
Okay, so for me, my experience when I moved to Canada was that there's a certain kind of movie that they want to, certain kind of stories they want to see when you talk about African stories. You want to see a certain kind of, one of the films I did recently is Keep Boy. I shot in Kenya and Canada and, and Toronto. And when I got the script, I realized that the way the producers had written the script was depicting Africa in a certain way. They want to see poverty. They want to see, certain kind of so
it fits the
narrative. Yeah, So my contribution was, this is not totally true. Yes, there is poverty, but yes, there are things happening in Africa. Yes, Africa can be great. Yes, there are good people. So I kind of tweaked that story in a way that will still give us what they wanted, but will show Africa in a brighter light. That story is about an African genius that lives in a small village and invented an algorithm, that affects how the stocks is being traded in the stock market. And people from the outside world, came to look for that little boy in that village and try to steal that equation from him. So the way it was written and the way it was almost like an action film. People are running his, and I said, no, let's bring some drama into this thing. Let's make it real. Let's make it a story that my mother will watch, my kids will watch, and they'll be like, oh, this is us, And that is, for me, the kind of stories I like to tell. Stories that we can relate with. We can put a little bit of drama, action. We can put a little bit of comedy. We can put a little bit of us, what makes us, what makes us unique. But we still be authentic to who we are and what we truly are.
What is your preference for? Is it silver screen or home viewing?
I like the entire thing, to be honest. I like the big.
If you had to do one, if you had to go between, if you had some budget now, someone said put some budget.
I'll go for silver screen.
Go silver screen.
Yeah, because usually for silver screen you really want to go all out, than for TV.
How has home viewership and streaming, how has it affected? I'm talking about globally now.
Yes.
How has it affected viewership when it comes to people going to movies? Because we know that now. I mean, it's easier to access movies, especially some new movies that just go straight to streaming now.
Yeah.
It's not like that time when, if you wanted to see a blockbuster,
you'd have to
wait or go to the cinema, and then after a while. But now you can see blockbusters are coming out on streaming, and you just sit back at home and you're actually enjoying blockbusters and all of that. And the cinema culture now and all of that. How, say, in the next few years now, where do you think all of this is going? Will the cinema be as relevant?
The cinema will always be relevant because, like we said, certain movies are made tailored for.
James Cameron would agree with you on that one.
For the big screen, But now we're daring. There's more investment in terms of production of high quality movies that are going straight to the streamers. And then we have a global audience now, like you said, and more people are looking out for our content, and our content are reaching a wider audience. We can release a movie in Nigeria today, and the whole world is watching it tomorrow, and we're talking about it on the social media. And it's
where can we see your Sato?
Sato is coming out in cinemas December 8th.
Okay.
December 8th.
Okay.
And, it's going to be in cinemas nationwide.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was even stream, but it's going to be out in cinemas. Yeah. I'll look out for this one. I like what I see there already. So yes, kudos to you, and we're looking forward to seeing it at the cinemas.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's it. I'm looking forward to that one. I hope you're looking forward to it also. We'll take a time out and stay with us. We'll be back in a bit.
Chef Jumi has been hard at work in the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And in case you missed it, we are making plantain subs. Subs, not submarine, subs. Is it with a Z or an S?
Yes.
S. I love it, I love it. Okay, so we actually made she made a beef patty with something to bind it. It was cornmeal.
Yes.
She used cornmeal and egg as a binding agent. She's fried some down. These are the ones that are not fried yet. Fried, not fried, fried, not fried. Then plantain has already gone into the pan. Now, these are a bit browner than I would have anticipated, but there are still two on the heat that we're trying to brown up, to a more of a golden brown, kind of consistency, that kind of thing. So that plantain is going to form the base and the cover of the burger, or the submarine, or the sub.
Yeah, the sub.
I keep saying submarine, apologies. Now let's talk about this Thousand Island sauce. How did we make this?
Yes, so for the Thousand Island dressing, we made use of a mayonnaise.
Okay.
We made use of vinegar, we made use of ketchup, and cayenne pepper.
Cayenne
to give it
pepper,
a spice.
ketchup, mayonnaise, and vinegar.
Then a little bit of honey. And
Honey.
ginger,
Oh.
garlic,
Ginger, garlic,
and
wow.
lemon.
And
for
lemon.
flavor.
That is a combination of flavors that has to be divine. There's nothing you can tell me. Oh, love it, love it, love it. So that is going to form the sauce, right?
Yes.
And of course, we have cucumber, tomato, and onions all going in there. So I'm going to let you get to work on the rest of this sub now. And yeah, so there's a video you need to see, and it's from our next guest. Yeah, show me off, show me off, show me off.
I think you do that all by yourself already.
Oh,
He's already introduced himself already, people. On the couch with us here is Sadiq Onifade, also known as World, the guy with the blue hair. You guys all know him, singer-songwriter, everything, man. He's right here with us. Good to have you here. Second time we're meeting when I'm not seeing you perform.
Mazino, he was singing to me. Can you please allow him to sing?
Did he interrupt?
He interrupted you singing to me.
I'll just leave.
I'll be honest.
Woohoo!
I know I've been loved.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay.
You and a million other Nigerian women.
Wow,
Thanks a lot,
Because
Mazino.
everybody believes World singing to them.
Yeah, well,
Every other
true,
woman.
true. Which
Good
is
to have you
that's
here, man.
a skill, though. It's a skill for you to be able to write a song that connects with
Everybody.
everyone.
Thank
know.
you, thank you.
Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you, thank
Fabulous music going out there.
Thank you.
I want to put it forward. We'll be talking about your new track just in a bit, but first I wanted to talk about you. Now, you have been a sensation since the Altair movement started.
Yeah, thank you.
And I've seen sort of like an evolution from then up until now. Your performance is always so surreal. There's always that dreaminess about it, let me put it so, in every single track that you sing. But would you consider yourself moving out of the Altair scene or Altair concept into other concepts of music? Do you think?
To be honest, like I'm human. I'm a human being, and I'm constantly evolving. Like we all are. Do you know what I'm saying? Like even some of the songs that we were enjoying about like 4 or 5 years ago are different to what people are enjoying now, and you have to evolve. So for me, I try not to put myself in a box.
Nice.
I'm constantly. People are like, World, give us another mad. Give us another show you off. Give us another contagious.
Yes.
So for me, it's like, I'm just as human as everybody. And the way you were, the places that we were all, where back then is different from where we are now. And I'm
Nigeria
evolving,
happened
and we just need to just keep evolving together and just separately together and just keep going towards a goal.
Nice.
For me, that's my journey. So if you hear me do something different, I'm just evolving, and I'm just hoping that it connects as much as it did
does.
back then.
Always.
I'm wondering about the process you take to actually write a song.
Yeah.
How does it begin for you? Is it that you just hear a line from somewhere, or you see something and then you just go start writing? Or do you go into the studio, hear a beat, and then write on that? What do you do?
So for me, like, I take a lot of my songs from experiences.
Okay.
When you pay attention to the universe and everything it gives you, I call my music people, places, and things.
Oh,
Right? Because I feel like everything that we are today really reflects where we've been, where we come from. The places you go to, the people you speak to, the friendships you have, the relationships you have, the places you go to. Like here today, like it's energy. Like we live in that spectrum of that essence of what we share with each other. So for me, I pay attention to that. Like that's why people are like, yo, this song is so relatable. It's because it's an experience that I either went through myself or I experienced somebody go through it. And for me, I just try to create relatable music that stands out.
Let's talk about that relatable music. You've got something brand new now. It's called Don't Get Used to
Don't
This.
Get Used to This.
Does that also apply?
So-
What's the concept behind Don't Get Used to This?
Don't Get Used to This is my new EP. It just dropped last week Friday. So if you've not listened to this one, go check it out. It's out right now. It's one of the most beautiful music I've ever put out. So Don't Get Used to This is really about the essence of moments and being present in the now. Knowing that throughout a lifetime, we have to create several hundreds of memories throughout a lifetime. So for every great memory and every great thing you do, you have to recreate new memories. So don't get used to this moment, because it's just the most amazing moment. But tomorrow we have to live to create new moments and evolve. So it's an evolution. But this project, it has so much love and vulnerability.
Is it working up to an album?
Yes, yeah, you know, I'm working up to so many collaborations. People are like, yo,
Okay.
World, we need to hear you with this. But
Yeah.
I actually kept all the collaborations away. I wanted people to experience me fully on
Yeah.
this project.
Yeah.
The only feature on this project is SARS on the production side, and really, it's just really shining light on the great works that we've done before.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it's going to something more special.
So you call the track "Don't Get Used to This," but
Yeah.
there is something we've gotten used to, and that is the blue-colored hair. It's different shades of blue on different days of the week. Am I
Yes. Today's what? Today's Friday.
Friday.
This is Friday Blue.
right? Friday blue.
Let's call this one Friday Blue.
Okay.
Do you put that on every day?
No, I don't put it on every day. This is how I was born.
Work. You know what? Give us an insight into that.
Yeah.
Now, not everybody knows where you're from, how you grew up, where you grew up. Can you speak Yoruba? Do you do
Yeah, I
Pidgin
speak
English,
Yoruba
all that
now.
kind of
Check
thing?
it. Check out change any.
Oh wow! Interesting.
Ejo Ebami.
No, no. The blue hair and the Yoruba not working.
It's gonna work.
So my
You can
question
change
is,
it now. I speak Yoruba fluently and I speak Pidgin fluently.
yeah, so my question is, give us an insight, a window into you growing up, how you grew up, where did you grow up from? And
I was actually born in Mushi.
good.
Amazing.
I want to hear that.
Interesting.
You know, like I wouldn't call myself street. Use that for street credibility.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the fact of my life. That was where I was born, and my dad moved us out of there into a bigger place, and I grew up into like a more comfortable space, and grateful for that.
Yeah.
And for me, I spent most of my childhood in Nigeria. That's why, for me, like I spent most of my adult life in America, in Atlanta. For me, it's a blessing to just have best of both worlds.
Yeah, culture
And
intertwined.
you know, going to school, like most of my like younger age here in Nigeria, and spending most of my adult life in America. So for me, it's a balance of both worlds. So when people hear my music, I don't form like when I speak Pidgin, it's because I can speak Pidgin.
Yeah.
If I speak Yoruba, I'm so Yoruba that. That's so. So I don't speak. When I show you off, I say, "Oh my bami dele ti don don ti don don." I didn't say it in American.
Don,
Don don. It's not ti don don.
I know, I'm giving that.
If I had to, if I sit down in front of my people and I say, what, don't carry this one, come. But yeah, like, I am who I am, so I don't try to be anything that I am, so I'm not.
So you have just given us an instance of infusing, you know, local culture,
Nigerianness.
Nigerianness, language into your music. And I think there are little sprinkles of it in your music, but it hasn't been a forefront of which Afrobeat and more African music has been making waves. Nigerian music has been making waves abroad, no matter the language they're speaking.
Absolutely. I'll tell you a funny story, by the way. So when I made the song Show You Off, the song was made in 2016. I was watching it on screen right now, and I was like, wow.
Sounds great.
It sounds great. It looks so great. And I remember a lot of people seeing me like, yo, Show You Off, that your video, that song. And it reminded me how special it was because I saw a growing community in 2016 in Atlanta then, and I felt like, you know what? I've been doing all these American songs. I was working with B.O.B. I was writing songs for Mario. Then. Yeah, that was what I was doing. I was doing EDM. I was doing house music. And I felt like, you know what? Let me try something different that's closer. I remember the Yoruba and Show You Off. I did it initially, and I played it for a friend, one of my good friends, Kingsley, and he came to the studio, he heard it. The next time he came, I took it out. He said, guy, where the Yoruba now? He said, yeah, guy, if you don't put that Yoruba for this to me, you will fight. And I actually, you know what, okay, I'll put it back. Because I wasn't sure if people were ready for me speaking Yoruba on the song.
We were ready.
I'm glad I did.
We were ready.
I'm glad I did, but a lot has changed now.
Speaking of something else we're ready for.
We've got a, we're going to be showing a bit from your new one, a sneak peek from Don't Get Used to It. So let's check that out. World is still with us here in the studio. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. By World, Don't Get Used to This, what I mean is that's the name of the track, Don't Get Used to This. He's also in the studio with us here. Mr. World is in the building alongside Charles. And also Mr. Mike decided to join us because we're having our games. Oh, we have to do it right. So it's Friday and that means it's
Game Day!
Thank you very much. Yes, World, welcome to our world. This is what we do every Friday.
You guys made me take my glasses off now.
So today, we're playing a game called Medusa. It's very easy. You can play this with your family when you guys get to meet over the weekend, tomorrow. We'd like to give you guys a little showcase of what you could do together as a family or a group of friends. Medusa is played thus. Now, we are going to shut our eyes at the beginning of the game. We're going to count to 3, and when you open your eyes, you're expected to be looking at anybody. If that person is looking back at you, for instance, if I'm looking at World and he's looking at me, we're out. All 3 of you play again.
Oh.
There's a reason for the odd number so that there's one winner at the end. The person who's not being stared at directly by a person staring back at them is the winner.
Oh, so
We
the
have a
last person or
standing.
woman
Yeah.
standing.
So, do we need an example? I think it's we understand it. Let's go straight to it. The idea is that Medusa turns you into stone.
Yeah.
But in this case,
So what
get
I'm not looking at anybody, I'm looking at
no, you have to. You have to
look at
You
someone.
must be looking.
somebody outside.
All 5 of us. One of all 5 of us. Okay. So do we get it? So are we ready to play? By the way, the tradition here is that Titi always loses. She has never, only rarely won a game
I'm a
once or twice.
winner. She's like, always.
The world, Charles, Mike, Titi, Mazzino. Are we ready to play Medusa?
All right, let's go.
All right, you guys decide who you're going to be looking at. I'm going to count. Eyes closed. 1, 2, 3, open. Who's looking at who? Who's looking at the same person?
Nobody?
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 We play again. We play again.
No.
Change whoever you're looking at.
Okay.
Why would you?
1,
Why would I?
2, 3, open.
Okay, we are.
You guys are out. World, no, stay. World, will you guys stay? World and Charles are out. World and Charles are out.
No.
That leaves us, the 3 hosts.
You're not.
See, you know the funny thing?
I'll never look at Mike.
I know who's gonna win.
Why?
Mike will never look at me.
You want us to come down.
Mike, be a sport. Surprise us.
Sports in
Titi, Mike, are you guys ready? Close your eyes. 1, 2, open. You have to change who you're looking at now. You have to change who you're looking at now. Are you ready? All 3 of us. 1, 2, open. Titi, well, unfortunately, we're out and Mike is the winner. Okay, let's play this. Now, Mike, you have to be more courageous.
No, you know.
You have to be more courageous, Mike.
So the issue now is,
Did Mike look at any of you?
Mike did not look at a guy.
Let's do it
It's
again.
just his thing.
Let's do it again. You guys ready?
Hey, stop looking at me. You're banned from looking at me.
You can add one person on the outside.
Okay, can I move?
We
Let me
can't add
switch
another
seats.
person, can we?
Let's switch seats.
Let's switch seats.
Yes. Let me sit there.
No time.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
I'll try.
Are you ready?
I'll try.
Mike feels like his marbles will straight into his stomach if he ever looks at another guy. That's a different kind of Medusa. All right, are we ready?
All right.
Eyes closed. Eyes already watering to the 1, 2, 3, open. Nobody's out. Let's do this again. I looked at Charles. Charles is looking at me.
I'm looking at World. I'm looking at
You're
World.
looking at me.
I was looking straight ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Are we ready again?
Okay, one more time.
1, 2, 3, open. I and Charles are out.
I wasn't looking at you. I was looking over.
I and Charles are out. All right, it's Titi, Mike, and World now. All right, you guys ready?
Oh, Lord.
Last round. Close your eyes, guys. Hopefully this ends it. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, open. But World, you can't look at me. You can't look at me, but in any case, they were looking at each other. They're out. World is the winner for today's game. Thank you very much for joining us and being a sport. World, Charles, you heard?
Came here to win today, so.
Yes.
You heard World's new track?
Yes, I
What do you think about it?
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
I was
you.
listening to it back there and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
You got to listen to the full EP. It's 8 songs.
8
So,
songs.
yeah, so if you're looking for like, where's World? Where's this guy? Like, I have 8 new songs for you out. It just came out last week, Friday.
All right.
The EP is called Don't Get Used to This. It's very addictive, so be careful. Stream responsibly.
Okay.
Is that what it says under in fine print? Stream responsibly.
It's part of it, but it's just, you know, I'm just, this is like another gift from me to you guys, and I appreciate the love and the support over the years, and I'm just continuing my journey. And this is one of my best works, and I've been loving seeing all the responses, early responses so far. It's been overwhelming. Thank you for everyone who's been listening. You guys should check it out.
Yeah.
We will. We're not done yet. Tell you guys what, Charles, World. Let's bring you over to the kitchen. If you can smell that aroma, that's because we've got something cooking for you guys.
Plantain.
So,
All
fantastic
right.
Friday edition.
Yes, so.
Wicked. Chef, this is your place. Come here.
Oh, exactly. Chef Jumi has been hard at work creating something. Looks like he came from Singapore.
Oh, wow.
You know that building in Singapore that looks like a ship?
Exactly.
This is a plantain sub.
You're an architect, aren't you?
It's amazing. Okay, so our guests are supposed to taste this, but I don't know what your plan was. Are we going to slice that somewhere? How are we going to do this?
And you can actually slice it.
Okay, let's slice it up for them so that they can taste it without.
Because I'm looking at it like it's about to get really
Chef,
messy.
you do the
Yeah.
It looks juicy and it looks good.
Yeah.
That's why she's gonna slice it.
All
up.
right, slice. Go ahead.
Chef,
Yes,
we're
please,
gonna
go
trust
ahead.
you this morning, no.
Yes, but it looks
Great
great
sequence.
though.
Go ahead and slice it with that. Go ahead
So
and slice
that's
it. Go, 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 go.
plantain, minced beef.
Go ahead.
You have onions. You have carrot in there.
Where are our folks?
Cucumber. Oh, I think she's used it.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
There we go.
Oh, there it is. For the sauce.
How about you put some sauce in there as well?
Yeah.
Try putting
Get
some
some
sauce
sauce
in
in there. Go ahead. So she made some Thousand Island dressing as well.
Okay.
And the Thousand
Can I get
Island
more?
dressing has cayenne pepper in it.
There's a plantain on there for me.
Ooh.
Oh, well,
Okay.
everybody
I
loves
love
plantain.
plantain, yeah. Like
That's
I can't
great.
get enough of
Everybody
it.
does.
So like that's already like a winning sign.
Yes, so look at that.
You can take it apart when you eat it.
So there's toothpick in there, so you're safe. Let's bring it closer.
Okay.
And let's
There we
see
go.
how we can work on this
Yeah, it's gonna be like.
together. Yeah. So we're gonna have to dig in.
So chef's gonna go first?
No, you are gonna go first. Both of you.
Poison.
Go ahead.
Yes,
It's not poison.
No, one of the cool people needs to
Go
go
ahead,
first.
grab it. Grab it.
Cool people. Oh, don't let it drop.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, okay.
Just grab it. There's a toothpick
let's
holding
go.
it together, don't worry.
It looks
Okay,
so, I don't know what, looks like a plantain
Take the
burger.
first bite.
You can.
It's always a competition with world, isn't it?
Maybe put one
Best
hand
music,
under.
first bite.
All right, go ahead. Dig in,
How do you?
dig in, dig in.
Go on.
Make it happen.
Plantain though. Wow.
Yeah, nice.
This is different. This is good.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Fabulous.
Now he won't stop.
No, you will not stop.
And
You
you have
can't
to take it first
You just
bite.
put this aside for me so I can get messy with it when we get up.
We're gonna do that. Absolutely. Tell you guys what,
Thank you, that
it's
was
been
amazing.
World and Charles in the studio with us. We still have a very
you.
special way to end the show for a Friday here.
we will.
We've got a very interesting performer in with us. His name is Spencer. He's a young, talented Afrobeat entertainer. Let's take his music and round up the week here. Thank you very much.